guys, it's Simone and I'm here with volume 2 of my What to Read series. So in the first video that I did on what to read, I had a devotion book. I had like with meditations, daily meditations. I had a like self-help journal, and then I also had like a self-help book. So those first few readings were kind of intense just because it was like a lot to do with mental health and all the things that I should be doing and the things that I shouldn't be doing, like being too hard on myself, just all that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, I need some good reads, some fun reads. And so I started doing a little research, and when I look for books to read, I really don't do a lot of research. I read whatever the synopsis is for the book, consider the author, because this year I'm really dedicating it to reading books by Black women, and if it looks cool to me and I look like it's a page turner, I'm gonna read it. So I have 3 books to share with you guys today, and all of them I sped through because they were just that good. So if you're looking for something to read while you're on quarantine, then please stick around so you can hear my options. Go in the order in which I read the books, and this is the first book that I read of these 3, and this book is actually by Maya Angelou, and it's called The Heart of a Woman. This book taught me so much about Maya Angelou that I didn't know. You know, I knew she was this really stoic poet, very well celebrated, all these accolades, but I didn't know a lot about her story. And so Maya Angelou has a 7-series book autobiography. So 7 different books that are her autobiography, and the first one starts with I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. That's the first book. This one is like the 3rd or the 4th. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th. I think I'm gonna try to read all of them though. I think I read I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings in high school or college. I might just read it again so that I can get all the tea, because that's the thing, these books about her autobiography are full of tea. She was engaged in this book, and she was kind of like a runaway bride. It also gives insight on the relationships that she had with the SCLC and Martin Luther King and her interactions with Malcolm X. There's just a lot to explore in the book, and she shares so much of herself. It's really a lot about her relationship with her son, and they have a very good relationship. I think that's one of the things that attracted me to this book when I read the synopsis of it, because it talked about the way that she raised her son and how their relationship was and how she built the foundation for their relationship. And I really admire the way she stewards her son and the things that she taught him. So this is a really good book. I probably read it in like a week and a half. I ordered it off of Amazon. Of course, you guys know I'll leave the links in the description box so you can find it if you're interested. But again, this was a page turner, full of tea. Her life was everything. You know, I read with tabs. I always like tab mark something. And so what I was doing in this, because it was kind of like, it read like a novel, not self-help, her vocabulary is so extensive. I would tab words that I had not known before. So one of them was extolling, and I was like, what is extolling? And it means to praise, like to profusely praise someone. So just stuff like that. I just was like, okay, I need to know what this lady's talking about. So I would tab in there the vocabulary words, and then also my bookmark. You know, I tear a page out of a magazine of a strong Black woman or influential Black woman. It was Simone Sanders, which I think I shared in my last video. But yes, if you're looking for something to read, I highly recommend The Heart of a Woman by Maya Angelou. Okay, so my next read, this book is actually a book that I had for quite some time. I just never got around to reading it. And it is called Daughter, and it is by Asha Bendele. And this book, I read the first 10 chapters in one sitting. It's really good. Of course, by the title you can tell that it has something to do with a mother-daughter or a daughter relationship, but it's mother-daughter. And what I like about this book is just when you think you know what's going on, the focal point changes from the mother to the daughter to the mother to her mother, which would be, I guess, the grandmother. Yes, it would be the grandmother. So it's a very in-depth story about relationships, especially amongst women and their daughters. And there's love stories in it. There's just a lot of relationship things going on in this book. A definite page turner, very poignant for the times. There's a little bit of like violence with police in it, but it's really good. It's totally unexpected. It's very unpredictable. This author, Asha Bendele, she has also a very critically acclaimed book called The Prisoner's Wife, and I'm interested in reading that also. But what did I tab? I guess I just tabbed things in here that meant something to me. Yeah, just things that kind of, you know, things I could reflect on or relate to. Those are the things that I tabbed in this book. But it was really, really good. There's some teen pregnancy in here. There's just a lot going on. But overall, I think the biggest thing that I took from it is that you really can't hold people's past against them. You really have to be open to learning and loving the people you're in relationship with. Everyone does everything for a reason. No one is any certain way just out of the clear blue sky. They've been through things, and as human beings, we need to have compassion for other human beings in their experiences in life. So that is what this book taught me. My bookmark for this book was a picture of Natari Naughton. You know Natari from Power, but also from 3LW, and her story of her experience in that girl group and just how she came out on top, I love. So that's why I picked Natari, because I really love the fact that she is the phoenix that rose from the ashes, and she said bye Ashy, and she went on to have a marvelous career. So if you're looking for a good fictitious novel to read, I would highly recommend Daughter by Asha Bendele. And the last book that I'm going to share with you guys is a book that I would have never thought I would read, but for some reason something told me to purchase now on Amazon, and so I did. This is The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. I was actually recommended this book by Troy's cousin, and I'm glad that she recommended it. I really liked it. So The Year of Yes basically is Shonda Rhimes telling herself for a whole year she's gonna say yes. Yes to different experiences, to different opportunities, to doing different things that she might not have done before. And then also one of the most poignant yeses is she gave herself permission, or she said yes to saying no. People were like, of course, coming out of the woodwork when she made it, asking her for money and stuff like that. The biggest say yes thing that I kind of tried to incorporate in my life was saying yes to playing with her children. She would talk about how she was always on the hustle, always on the go, always needing to write or always needing to do something. And then her babies would want to spend time with her and she would have to tell them no. And she said she was on the way to like this huge gala or award show or something in a beautiful couture designer dress. And her baby wanted to play with her. And she just looked her child in the eyes and was like, these moments won't last forever. I need to play with my kids. And so she does. And so that's something that I've incorporated in my life as well. When my baby wants to play with me, and I have boys, I have 2 boys, I'm gonna play with my baby, because there's gonna come a time in his life where he's gonna be like, get out of here, old lady. You know, he's not gonna want to play with me at all. So I want to seize those moments. There was one moment in here in particular that I want to touch on, because I also heard this from one of my favorites black love couples, Ace Hood's wife, Sheila Marie. And she talked about how she had always, you know, done so many things and people never congratulated her until she got a man. And Shonda talks about that in her book. She says, the presence of a man at my side had people as I guess it's apoplectic with joy as those old videos of people seeing Michael Jackson perform live, where they are screaming and crying. Okay, not screaming and crying, but seriously, they were almost screaming and crying. A dude versus 3 children, an entire night on television, a Peabody Award, a Golden Globe, Lifetime Achievement Awards from DGA, the WGA, and GLAAD, 14 NAACP Image Awards, 3 AFIs, a Harvard Medal, and being inducted into the Broadcasting Hall of Fame, to name just a few of my accomplishments. But a dude. Like, people will go up for you catching a man, and it's so crazy. But she also talks about how, you know, she chose a different path for her life romantically, and even with how she, you know, brought about her family. I think she has 3 girls, and she did that in a very unconventional way. So I really enjoyed The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes, like, thoroughly. Got a wealth of information, and just, you know, it opened my mind up to what I was willing to do and what I was not willing to do, and the ways that I do and do not push myself, and just being open to having different experiences. Tell myself yes sometimes. Be up for the challenge. I can remember being so young and being so adventurous and looking for so many opportunities, and then once I got to be older, I kind of shied away from that and played it safe. And so now I'm looking to say yes. You want to go to happy hour? Yes. But seriously, she talks about stuff like that, just being more social. And so the lady that I chose to be my bookmark in this book was Lauryn Hill. Keep your shade, okay? So thoroughly enjoyed this book and highly recommend if you're looking for something to read. Total page turner. Okay guys, so those are my 3 suggestions on what you should be reading. Again, let's revisit. This is The Heart of a Woman by Maya Angelou. This is Daughter by Asha Bendele. And then The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. I hope you guys enjoy. Y'all better read these books because they're so good. And please drop down in the comments and let me know if you've ever read any of these. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next What to Read video. Bye.